Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And you're not imagining things, your food is actually shrinking. We're going to talk about shrinkflation, which again, we're talking about food and not, shrinkage in the pool or anything like that. But yeah, your food is getting smaller and you're probably paying more for it. So we'll talk about that, give some examples of that. And then we're going to talk about McDonald's CEO blaming your broke ass for things. They said they're blaming broke customers as they're defending their price increases. So McDonald's hasn't really shrunk their... Well, no. I can't say that. They have shrunk their food. They've shrunk their sundaes. Their sundaes are very small now. Mm-hmm. Did you notice that last time we got ice cream? They were tiny.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's like they keep upping prices. Just a few years ago, they had dollar menu items, then the pandemic hit. And I understand the cost of food has gone up, so you have to raise your prices. But they've gone out. There's some of the stuff that their meal deals cost as much as like going to Disney and eating some food and some of their meal deals. And I'm like, that's insane. And people just, can't afford it. Plus, the quality isn't always as good as it used to be. And people go to other places that are more affordable with better quality. So if you're broke ass, that's hurting the richies. Oh,
your broke ass is hurting our bottom line, But this is why you think Disney focuses on their wealthy customers now, because they don't care about the middle class. They want the big spenders, and they'd rather have a handful of those big spenders than a whole bunch of you broke MFers. So that's what's going on. But let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get woohoo if you do. Woohoo! Go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. So we're going to go out to Reddit. God forbid we're going out to Reddit, but we're going to go out to Reddit and we're going to look at the Shrinkflation subreddit, which you've been looking at.
Yeah, today I was like, wow, there's a Shrinkflation subreddit. Okay, that's a joke, obviously.
That's a joke. There are some jokes out here, but people are keeping track of the food shrinking.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. And one person said that, like, they have had pictures in the past when they had mobile orders done for different places, like, whether Instacart or whatever. And when they didn't have an item, they take a picture of the replacement item they're going to send at Walmart or something like that. And they could use those pictures to compare it to new pictures, too. And they're showing the amounts being smaller. Then people are comparing cans because they had some left in an old can. You can see when things changed. Crackers, they're like what they gotten smaller. It's kind of like the Cadbury egg, debate. But yeah, it's a constant thing. Ice cream.
Yeah, so the Cadbury eggs, if I remember correctly, that was one of was it BJ Novak from The Office? I think he went on.
Yes, it was him.
I think it was him, and he went on one of the talk shows, and people thought he was crazy. He's like, they shrunk the Cadbury eggs, and this was years ago. This is like 10, 12 years ago. He's like, they shrunk the Cadbury eggs, and they were kind of like, you're crazy. And he's like, he pulled out a new Cadbury egg, and then he had an old one. Don't eat it because it's old. And he was right. They were bigger. They were substantially bigger. I remember when I was a kid, they were huge. Like I couldn't eat a whole Cadbury egg. I had to eat like half of it. And now I'm like, yeah, you just like pop one in your mouth and, or maybe I got really big. But here we have
a much bigger mouth now. But that's a whole other
I do have a much bigger mouth. Yes, I do. So this is macaroni. Wait, is that like rice-a-roni? It's called macaroni.
Yeah, they have macaroni. They have rice-a-roni. They have pasta-roni.
How can you trademark that? Anyway, pasta filled up to this line. So half empty box of macaroni.
See, I don't know how much they should have been normally. Oh, yeah, it should have been more than that, it looks like.
Wow.
I know they always had them lower. Okay, so they have a comparison. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they usually put the pouch and stuff in there too, which I knew.
Yes. That's crazy. Okay. Let's see here. Burt's Bees.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. But if you go down, they have different.
The boxes.
Oh, wow.
And they trick consumers into thinking they're getting the same amount.
Well,
here we go.
Like
McDonald's.
The cordial cherries, the chocolate covered cherries. They used to have like a dozen there or 10, and now they're 8. Yeah, they took the corners off the cheese.
What the hell? Yes. Okay, this is some new cheap ass shit right here. They took one of the corners off of the cheese to save money. That is the most insane thing.
And it's not because they changed it for other reasons, because the package is still the rectangular shape.
Yeah,
so you can see the plastic. You can see where it was supposed to be.
Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, this is true. If you guys eat the Queen Anne's chocolate covered cherries at Christmas time, So they used to have a dozen in a box, and then they went down to 10. And I think now they're down to like 8. And what they do is every time they lose some cherries, and I think they made them smaller too. Every time they lose some cherries, they just fill in one of the holes where the cherry would have been, and then they space them out more. But it used to be that was a dozen cherries in the box.
Well, what they used to do is they keep the price the same and shrink foods, like ice cream and stuff like that. Everybody's noticed it. But now they're raising the prices significantly and shrinking the foods.
Yes. So you're getting it from both sides. Chipotle burrito from today. That's all the bigger it is. Wow. Yeah, they used to be huge. The burritos used to be huge. I noticed that even going to, since we're in Pennsylvania, Sheetz, which is a Pennsylvania fixture, the 6-inch subs are no longer 6-inch.
It's like the 6-inch guys tell you is 6 inches.
It's like a 4. It's like 3.5, 4 inches. I swear to God, we've gotten, now they don't even think they call them 6-inch subs. They're just like half sub. But I think the bread is like 8 inches total, and they just cut it in half. And it's like, what the hell is this? And I just spent like $8
Girls have been dealing with this for years.
There's not enough meat. There's not enough meat in here. Small cans, Dr. Pepper. Those are the ones that go in the fridges. That's not that big. Holy hell.
I don't know.
Did somebody eat them out of the bag? Okay.
I think so. I think that one's a little bit pushing it there.
I mean, I get that there's not as many chips in the bag. I noticed the Lay's chips. I'm like, wow, Lay's chips have actually come down in price. No, they haven't. The bags got smaller. Mm-hmm. They're not as big as it. And then the family size is what the regular size bag used to be.
That's Pat McGrath eyeshadow. Pat McGrath's expensive to begin with.
Well, now they probably raised the price on it. And then
no, they said the same price, but you definitely are getting like a lot less. Oh, I like this one. What happened to like the frosting? And I noticed that you can see the cake through it.
Oh yeah, they're like thinner layers, and there's not as many in it. Like we got the Valentine's. Man, people are gonna be like, "All you guys do is eat junk food."
No, we're talking about over the course of years.
Yeah, we got the Valentine's brownies though, because kids like the Valentine's brownies.
Our daughter really likes them.
They used to have 6 or 8 in a box. Now there's 5.
Mm-hmm. They've been 5 for a while, but yeah. So anyway, they said the stroop waffles, they don't even cover the cup anymore.
I gotta see this because I like my stroop waffle. What the hell is this? You just have to dunk it, I guess, now. It's like, yeah, everything's... Oh, here we go. Since we're talking McDonald's, we'll segue into McDonald's here. Large fries. Large fries scam. Okay, let me see. So the large fries are basically...
They just put a large fry box.
A large fry bag or whatever.
Yeah, but it's just... Or bag, but it's just like... So anyway, we'll go from there. Yeah,
we're going to go from there.
They're just kidding. Sarcasm. That was the tag for sarcasm. But yeah...
McDonald's CEO blames broke-ass customers as $200 billion giant defends their price increases. So this was actually from a couple months ago or last year, but it's people have noticed McDonald's especially has come under fire because it used to be McDonald's was affordable, and now everything's gone up. Like, you know, we get coffee from McDonald's, and when we first started getting our coffee, it was like $1.50, $2. Now it's like $4 or $3.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to compete with Starbucks, but they're not Starbucks.
You're not Starbucks, right? If you're going to charge, I mean, hell, even Starbucks has gone up.
But Starbucks at least treats their people well.
That is true. They actually do pay their people very well. So here, he addressed the issue. He said McDonald's has clearly tried to target low-income customers in recent months. They have. They've actually dropped some prices on things. Fast food chain faces a pretty major problem as those efforts have been largely unsuccessful. During an earnings call, the CEO admitted the company has continually been losing low-income customers while gaining middle and high-income customers. The U.S. remained challenging as visits across the industry by low-income consumers once again declined by double digits versus the prior year period. Re-engaging the low-income consumers critical as they typically visit our restaurants more frequently than middle and high-income customers.
Well, that's because the middle and high-income people can pay for it, you know, because everything keeps going up.
Yep, he said so ironic to hear it coming from him because he said with low-income consumer, despite improvements in wage gains, real incomes are down. This is absolutely going to put pressure on the visits into the QSR industry. Second thing, there's a lot of anxiety and unease with that low-income consumer. Golly gee willikers, they could be worried about money.
McDonald's who had put out that thing to their employees about how you could live on Walmart or I keep saying that McDonald's.
Same thing.
If you work 2 jobs, you remember they had that thing out for their employees.
That's
them.
Where I was going with this. Exactly where I was going with this. They did. They put this is a couple of years ago. they basically said, yeah, you can make a living at McDonald's if you have a second job and don't spend any money and live in a cockroach-infested hole in the wall. You can totally make money. If you get on food stamps, you can totally make money working at
That's what they're
McDonald's.
telling people to do.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, you're too broke for
If you
McDonald's.
eat the bugs in your house, like that, like other people want you to eat bugs, you'll be
Protein.
fine.
That's what we're all gonna do. We're all just gonna live in a hovel and eat the bugs. But you know what? The way things are going now with the food costs as much as it does, Disney would just be like, hey, you're all too fat anyway, so eat less. That's what they would be like. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.